know courage looks like standing tall. Sometimes it's just showing up even when your hands shake. Sometimes it's breathing through pain no one else can see. Sometimes courage whispers, I'm still here. Welcome to InspireAbility, the space where strength is redefined and where silence can still be brave. Today's story is about those days when courage feels small, when you're not conquering mountains, just surviving moments, and yet that quiet kind of courage, it's the one that truly transforms you, because bravery isn't always bold. Sometimes it's just the decision to keep breathing through the ache. If you've ever felt like your struggle was too quiet to count, this message is for you. There was a morning after my accident that still lives in my memory, clear as day. I woke up and everything hurt: my body, my pride, my spirit. The world felt so incredibly heavy, and all I wanted to do was pull the covers over my head and just vanish, disappear from it all. But then something inside of me, so fragile, barely audible, said, just get up. Not be strong, not conquer the day, just get up. And in that moment, I realized that tiny whisper was courage. It was the kind of courage that doesn't make headlines or earn applause, but it's the kind that fundamentally changes lives. It's the decision to take one more step, even when you can't see the path ahead. Have you ever had a moment like that? A moment where just getting out of bed felt like a monumental victory? That's where real strength is forged. We've been sold a story about what bravery looks like. We're told that courage looks like loud, spectacular victories, climbing mountains, giving powerful speeches, surviving massive storms with a perfect smile on your face. But what if I told you that courage also looks like honesty? Like having the strength to say, I'm scared, or I'm tired, or the three words that can feel the most difficult, I need help. In a world that glorifies perfection and relentless positivity, this quiet courage is radical. It's the kind of courage that shows up for therapy sessions week after week, the kind that looks in the mirror and chooses to forgive the person staring back. The kind that kneels down and asks God for strength, not for tomorrow's big battle, but just for today's next breath. That's the bravery I'm learning to celebrate, the bravery that exists in the small, unseen moments of our lives. For a long time, fear used to paralyze me. After the accident, every small setback, every little stumble felt like a screaming reminder of how fragile everything had become. It was like walking on eggshells in my own life. But somewhere along the way, my perspective began to shift. I started to realize that fear wasn't just an enemy trying to hold me back. It was trying to teach me something. It wasn't telling me to shrink, but to listen. Fear made me slow down. It forced me to stop relying on my own strength and instead lean into my faith. It made me humble enough to receive help from others, something the old, fiercely independent Ruby would have resisted with every fiber of her being. I learned that fear, when you surrender it to grace, can become the classroom where courage is born. It's not about eliminating fear, but about learning to walk with it, guided by something greater. There's a sacred kind of strength that can only be found in stillness, when you finally stop running, stop trying to fix everything, stop performing for everyone around you. For me, stillness became a healing ground. It was in the silence, away from all the noise of doing, that I finally felt God's whisper again. It wasn't in the hustle, but in the quiet of just being. That is when I truly understood Psalm 46:10 in a new way. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness isn't weakness, it's not giving up, it's a profound act of trust. It's the kind of courage that says, I don't need to control this moment to survive it. I can let go and trust that I am being held. Finding that stillness was like finding an anchor in the middle of a storm, a quiet center where I could finally begin to heal. My healing wasn't dramatic. There was no single cinematic moment where everything was suddenly okay. It wasn't fast. It was slow, gentle, and absolutely full of grace. There were still days when I cried in silence, days when the weight of it all felt too much. But I kept showing up for my children, for my faith, and for myself. Every slow morning I managed to get through, every quiet prayer I whispered, every deep breath I took, each one became a single brick in the foundation of my new life. And that's what this quiet courage is. It's the decision to build again, gently and patiently, even when your hands still tremble. It's the art of the gentle rebuild, one small act of showing up at a time. So if your courage feels quiet today, please remember it still counts. It's okay if your biggest victory today is simply choosing to show up. That's brave, that's powerful, that's enough. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what does quiet courage look like for you right now? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if this message resonated with you, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to InspireAbility, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that their small steps still matter. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. This is InspireAbility, where courage whispers and still changes everything. Thank you for being here.